battlegrounds, drink some Diet Pepsis, and talk about the Ascension.
I'm not angry. What the?
The longest-running weekly overproduced, under-talented, episodic, sometimes echoing, often infighting wrestling podcast. And welcome to episode number 360 of the Marked Out Wrestling Podcast. This is Tuesday Night Smackdown. I am your co-host, Adam Baum. I'm just getting the intro, getting you salivating for all the wrestling talk that we're about to do. The real host joining me across the table.
Whoa. I wouldn't say that.
Well, I mean, you are the only one of us with any in-ring experience.
True, but this isn't a in-ring experience podcast. This is a SmackDown podcast. This is a SmackDown review podcast, correct?
Correct, and that's why we call it Smarkdown, and that's why we call you the Bionic Mark.
Yeah, thank you, and it's good to be back.
It is. First show of 2019.
First show of 2019. I feel like it's been, what the fuck? I don't know, man. It's been a few weeks.
Minute.
Yeah.
Been a minute.
Yeah, been on sabbatical. But it feels good to be back here. There's a bunch of cats jumping around randomly. It's awesome.
And you banged on the table twice. That's cool, too.
I did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just it feels like home.
Never miss a beat. On our board, our boards include the YouTube chat board, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Twitch. We got the Angry Elf himself, Rody Robb, is over there on the board. We also got Christopher Stykeleather, Daniel Price, Juan, Berto's here, Captain Obvious is here, Anaconda Vice, a hall pass 2 nights in a row. That's amazing. Bang Bus also joining us, as well as Berto. And I'm sure Justin will be over there on Twitch any second now. Juan says that you look sleepy, Brian.
I am very sleepy. I've had some pretty shitty sleep lately, but I'm working on it.
And Mac Attack, and I saw the
What's
board.
What's up, Mac Attack?
A lot of them excited. Almost got a win tonight. I know we're going to talk about it and other things. So, I mean, why delay, right, Brian?
No, press the fucking button. I heard there's new buttons. There's a new intro.
There's always something new for me to learn, and then I'll get blamed for fucking it up.
Yeah, true.
What you need to make a good Smackdown is your 3 key ingredients.
All right, so Adam, this was a great episode of Tuesday Night Smackdown.
Are you being glass half full, or were you being serious?
No, I'm being honest with you. There was a lot of matches on here. We had a lot of not new faces, but a lot of they're mixing it up, which leads us into our first. Is it our first key ingredient or our third key ingredient?
It would be number one.
Number one. That's
Number
right.
one.
Number one. Let's talk about Daniel Bryan and his opening promo, which led into our match with R-Truth.
Were those two guys that he threw the food at? Were they had to be local jobbers? They didn't look like they just were regular wrestling fans.
No, of course they're going to be in on it, brother. Come on.
I mean, the one guy had like Fu Manchu cut going on,
probably
like with the white beard.
Yeah, crazy facial hair. Yeah, that's usually the first giveaway. But we had Daniel Bryan just kind of shitting on just WWE in general, shitting on the merch, and just doing the whole thing where he kind of just doesn't like mass-produced things. And
how funny is this, though?
I love it.
I know a ton of quote-unquote hippies. A lot of my friends are like that. They have never really they're so fucking laid back and lazy, they don't even push their agenda. They don't really say anything. This guy's out here in everybody's face, calling everybody out for doing just stupid shit. Things that are fun for us in life. And then things that are necessity. We have to get to work somehow. Not all of us are going to carpool. Some people, like you, Mr. Aberdeen, Washington, live places where mass transit isn't easily accessible.
Or you can ride a bike, take a fucking rickshaw.
Yeah, and I mean, are we allowed to take subways and public transportation? Those use gas and hurt the environment too, Daniel. I mean, I feel like he is taking it to the extreme where nothing we could do would be better. Well, you and I could carpool everywhere, Brian. it still wouldn't be good enough for Daniel Bryan.
No. Yeah, and also, you know what? Here's another thing that he probably wouldn't like. You know when people say, like, oh, I don't want to use that paper, save it. I'm like, motherfucker, it's already paper. Like, you can't really save it. Like, it's already been cut down. It's already been, that tree is long gone. Anywho.
Yeah, the Stike Leather says those were obvious plants.
Right. Yeah.
I still have to ask the question, Stike.
This intro, actually, to this episode, it kind of felt like old school ECW, where you had him kind of start outside of the arena and just make his way in there, and you kind of see him weaving through and just kind of talking shit about the fans.
Which is funny because he used to be welcome among them. Now he's shitting all over them, and nobody wants to be near him.
No. I mean, he's for someone that's been kind of out of the loop for a little bit. It's just kind of crazy. What's this?
I don't know. I'm just fucking with paper.
Oh, you're just fucking with paper. Cool. Distracting me. Awesome.
I didn't think it would distract you. I mean, this is radio. Nobody else needed to know that I was touching a piece of paper,
video,
Brian.
brother. Come on. There's a
on
camera.
YouTube Live and Facebook Live and Twitch.
And Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. However, it was just nice seeing that it kind of just went into the whole everything kind of meshed really well, which led into the first match with R-Truth, which was something that was a carryover from last week.
Right, and I like this because let's face it, R-Truth is not going to win the Rumble.
No.
Daniel Bryan may hold the title all the way to Mania, but even then, he's not going to drop it or face R-Truth. Mika Meach on the board. You guys don't carpool. Fickle.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about us. Captain Obvious says the only way for Bryan to take it to the extreme is to move out of his house and into a hippie community. I don't even think he needs to do that. Kayfabe-wise, he needs to do that. Just say that that's where I live in a commune. Show a picture of some hut.
There's so much
made
you
out
can
of
do.
dog turds and bamboo. I don't know. Just whatever you have to do.
And like he hasn't even gotten like anything like with like PETA involved. Like even if he like took some of their just kind of their I guess normal gripes, and if he just kind of aims those at the WWE, oh man.
Now
money.
You mentioned the R-Truth thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this for a second. If this is really good subtle writing. I don't want to see anything but what I saw tonight. AJ attacking Daniel Bryan attacking AJ. I don't interfering in each other's matches. I don't want to see them. I imagine this is the first time they're feuding. I don't want to see them actually in a match. Maybe a tag match. I don't want to see them in a match until the pay-per-view.
Sure.
So using R-Truth as part of this stall in between is great.
I mean, it is. I agree with you. However,
he gets airtime.
Yeah.
You really know he's not going to win the Rumble.
No.
That's given.
At the end of the match, though, AJ Styles comes out and he attacks Daniel Bryan. And I know, Rody Rob, if you're watching out there, if you noticed, when he threw him into the LED screen, it didn't do the whole fucking jitter effect thing. It just kind of, it was its normal effect. Like, it didn't change. I just know that Rody would be happy to hear that.
Well, the stupid things, that being one of them, piping in crowd noise, dumb shit that they've been doing to try and make it seem like it's not as bad as it was.
I don't mind the noise.
Made it worse.
I don't mind the noise, but the LED thing is kind of fucking.
It's like a laugh track, Brian. I don't need the crowd noise pumped in.
It's a show, brother.
It's a show. Yeah, so let it be live. If the crowd sucks, then give them something to cheer about. I mean, the bottom line, nobody's going to sit there and clap and cheer for 2 frickin' hours. Nobody. 3 either. Nobody. So you're going to have dull moments. There's no reason to pipe in fake sound. None of us in the world that has any sense believes that we're going to cheer for 3 hours.
Hey, did we introduce the board?
We did.
We did. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, remember that's why I opened the show, because you
I
would
don't
forget stuff like
don't remember
that.
you saying that.
Didn't
Yeah,
even pay
anywho.
attention.
No, I paid attention. It didn't yeah, anywho.
Did what happened tonight, did it here, I'll say it this way.
What's that?
Hey, Brian.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Heel or face? Was that a heel tendency, or is he the face that got pushed over the line?
Exactly. He was the face that got pushed over the line, and he had to take things into his own gloved hands, leather gloved, mind you. That's why probably Daniel Bryan wanted to attack him.
And I love that Bryan is now the heel, so he could slink away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna
leave.
Slowly.
But you know what kind of killed it, though,
away.
and I hate to say it, is the whole fucking. I think it was like right after it, or maybe a couple segments after, they started airing Total Bella's promos, and seeing him just kind of mix it up and fucking yucking it up on some.
That's why I
goddamn
hated those mixed match challenge promos they would do.
Right.
Like, Rusev was just out there being badass, and then he's backstage going, "Me and Lana have a match tonight." It's like, okay, keep it separate, or, yeah, just, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Anywho, anything else on the board before we move on?
I did not like it. On the board, let's see.
What do they got to say?
Justin says, check the tape. We were running late. Yes, we were. Thanks, Justin. Way to point it out. Teddy broke a law or something because he's in court for not paying his parking fines. That sounds about right for Teddy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I have no idea what's going on.
They're talking about Rusev on the board. I'm sure we're going to cover that later. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. We definitely are.
I love when R-Truth gets serious. When he's serious, he can go as good as anyone can. That's from Stike. R-Truth is a good wrestler.
He's a great wrestler, and he's been around forever.
And he was the first NWA champion, wasn't he? Ron Killings.
No.
He wasn't? You sure?
You mean NWA TNA?
Whatever. No. Yeah, TNA. Whatever that Impact belt.
It was Shamrock, I think.
Shamrock took it from him. Killings was the first.
Check the tape, brother. Let's go.
Okay, you look that up. I'm going to pretend. Stike says Shamrock was. Did Truth beat Shamrock then?
Ken Shamrock was first world champion in history.
Did I have it bass backwards? Who was the second?
Let's see.
Anyway, while Brian is checking, I guess we'll move on. Brian, what do you think?
We can move on. Yeah, we could talk about. Let's talk about Rusev and Nakamura.
Let's do that because the board's already mentioning Rusev.
Let's go. What are they saying?
R-Truth beat Shamrock, so I wasn't crazy. He was the
all
second.
All right, so you
champ.
were close. Very, very good. Very good. All right. What are we going? What are we doing here? We had an in-ring promo from Rusev, and can you fill me in now? Because Adam, like I said, things have been kind of crazy in my world lately.
Captain Obvious wants to correct us on the board. Says no, the first NWA champ was Lou Thez. Thanks, Captain Obvious.
I think Thez was on fucking Impact, wasn't he? He was in the Impact Zone.
Didn't he get hit with the guitar from Jeff Jarrett, and he had to retire from the concussion-like symptoms that played out after?
Pretty sure. I think Frank Gotch
Jeff
was there.
Jarrett killed Lou Thez. Write that down.
Yep.
What do you got?
What's been going on with goddamn Rusev and Nakamura?
I think Knox on the way out, personally.
Really?
We were talking about this before, a little dirt sheet action. He hasn't re-signed. They've stalled his character. He hasn't been put on pay-per-views.
He's wearing a goddamn leather onesie.
He's underutilized as hell. And just out of nowhere, we're going to have him drop the title to Rusev.
But what's the whole deal with
Rusev, by the way, now like 4 or 5 U.S. title runs that haven't
something like that
sent him to the big belt?
I feel like he's just their kind of like emergency switch. Like if they don't know what to do with the U.S. title, let's just throw it on Rusev and let him and Lana figure it out.
He's like X-Pac, except they don't have the European title to give him, so they have to throw him U.S. every now and then.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you.
Like, you know what I mean by X-Pac? Involved with top-tier wrestlers all the time, but not considered one himself.
So we had Nakamura. He appears on the Tron, and he's in the studio in the TV production truck, and he shows a video from Rusev kicking Nakamura, which led Lana to fall, and that's what Nakamura says. But however, if you check the tape, what was it? I guess it was from last week.
What? The exchange?
Yeah. When Lana,
I don't even remember.
When Lana was on the back. No.
I clearly must not have been paying attention because if Lana was on her back and I don't remember it,
they showed it. They showed it a million times, mind you. They showed I think they were trying to say that Shinsuke was right there and he kind of wanted to show the replay like a bajillion times, which we get it. It was cool. However, I just think like you said, it's just kind of a waste of Shinsuke.
It's like, well, we don't know what to do, so let's do this. And as it plays in the background again, the exact opposite of we don't know what to do, let's do this. We get to watch Ray and Mustafa Ali go against Joe and Almas.
Which is a goddamn great match, which we'll talk about too, which the timing was, that was a little botch.
But my point being is knocking Rusev, here's the thing. 6 months ago,
yeah,
I'd probably actually care and get excited about this. Here, it feels like both these guys are being underutilized, and That's why they're stuck together at the moment, and as the mid card.
Who are you talking about?
The topic, Knock and Rusev.
Oh, these two guys. I thought you.
No, I was just saying. I was like, I was comparing it to something exciting.
Totally agree. Totally agree. They're just kind of floundering. They're, I mean, especially Rusev. I mean, how long has fucking Rusev been on? Just right in the top tier mid card.
Like I said, working with a lot of the top guys, but never there himself.
Do you think he cares though? I mean, he's doing the whole. I mean, he's a part of the whole Total Bella, Total Divas
thing.
Nation.
Maybe he doesn't.
Right? I mean, it's
maybe he doesn't.
Awesome.
Was he an indie guy? Did he come up, or was
Rusev?
he like a Baron Corbin that just
not a Baron
made a
Corbin?
phone call?
No, not a Baron Corbin, but he did it the right way. Baron Corbin. I don't know. I feel like he's just using
Baron Corbin
using
was
the
a football
WWE as
player.
a vehicle. No, he wasn't like that. He actually right.
he made a phone call, and they're like, "Yeah, you got to try out."
Right.
And he went to the PC and all that.
Yeah.
Remember, Baron Corbin was on the first NXT pay-per-view. He was in a fatal four-way early for the title. He was on NXT a long time. People forget. Like, he got pulled up, a year and a half ago? And so that means he was on NXT for like 3-4 years?
Something like that. I don't know.
I
just
can't get right. Everybody else was going by him.
I know that, what was it? Shinsuke and the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and what's his face? What's his nuts? Luke Gallows.
Luke Gallows.
Big LG. Their contracts are coming up. So whether or not they're going back to New Japan, whether or not they're going to AEW, I highly doubt they sign.
But compare those two. Compare those two. Knock, seemingly everything is going bad. As far as SmackDown, the club isn't getting the love, but they now have their own series on the network. That is showing more investment in them. If the Ascension had their own series on the network, then them showing up as Lumberjacks last night would just be, it is what it is. They got their own show.
They should have like a cooking show. There should be a cooking show. WWE, if you're listening, there should be a cooking show on the network. Yeah. Who would host it?
Yeah, cut that. Cut that from
Don't
post.
say fucking New Day either.
Rusev got called up pretty quick from NXT. He did. And he was very quickly vaulted in a rivalry with John Cena for the U.S. title when he took it in an open challenge. And then, as always, Rusev was undefeated for good 8-9 months. And then Cena ended it.
I want to say he was a part of...
Like, you got to check the tape for me there, but I'm pretty sure that that's true. At least on TV, I'm sure Rusev might have lost somewhere.
Yeah, he was a part of WWE during the FCW days. So he predates the whole NXT.
Well, yeah,
bubble.
but remember NXT, they called a bunch of people back.
Right.
Zack Ryder, Natty.
No, he never got fired. It just when it morphed into NXT, he was already ones that was still
from
there.
FCW.
Right.
Let's see. Canadian Destroyer. Oh, we'll talk about that. They don't want to talk about Rusev anymore.
I mean, there's
the board has moved on.
Yeah, all right. So let's talk about the big one then.
Number 3.
We had a tag team match between Andrade Cien Almas and Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio Jr. and Mustafa Ali.
Now Junior's a little bit older crowd here, but he hung to be the
and
vet.
Then some. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and what the board's talking about, of course, the Canadian Destroyer, just one of the spots. I've never seen anyone do it other than Petey.
No, that's not true.
Me personally. I'm talking me personally.
No.
I've never seen anyone do it but Petey
I'm
Williams.
pretty sure they did it a lot in they've definitely never done it on SmackDown. I've never seen anyone do it on SmackDown before. I want to say I've seen it on like the Cruiserweight Classic or something on NXT.
Maybe somebody threw it
like
in
a
as
takeover.
move.
Right. But I've definitely never seen it on SmackDown, let alone how they did it, how Andrade kind of pulled them up, how they were interlocked with their hands, and man, pretty good timing.
The other thing the board wants me to make sure to mention is they think that Andrade's out of the doghouse by getting this win. I don't think
that matters.
I think this is more like, hey, if there is and they always want to play the race card, but if there is a Latin kind of flavor out there that wants to who's the top guy for the Hispanic community in WWE, Almas is showing, hey, Ray's getting old and retiring. Notice me. I know I never say any of these things right. I hope that translated well to you, Brian.
A little bit, but I think that Ray, whether or not he's going to be
and
in
Joe
the ring,
got a win.
Yeah.
By being his partner.
But
Joe hasn't gotten a win in a while.
whether or not Ray, he's not going to continue wrestling forever, but I think he can stick around and be one of those ambassadors, and he'll still be around. He'll sell masks, and for as long as he's going to be, he's a legend at this point.
Yeah, I mean, a lot can happen. He's going to be in the Royal Rumble. He's going to be one of the many participants there. I just like the 4 guys that are in this match, the combinations of them working together. I'd like to see Joe and Ali. I'd like to see Ray and Ali. I'd like to see Andrade and Ali. Ali can have great matches with all of them. Pretty much every combination of those 4 could have great matches and great feuds potentially with each other.
Zelina Vega could have a good match with Mustafa Ali.
Well, that's true.
She could. She's a great wrestler.
Mustafa, man, every time I watch that guy, he looks better and better.
He didn't do the 054.
Okay.
He just did the regular 450.
Okay, it's fine.
It's weird. I mean, he didn't get his shit in, though.
Which is it's only weird because he was doing it on 205, and now they don't let it. Triple threat next week for freaking I don't care. I don't want to talk about the women, but they came on TV there. My point of excitement and why I'm getting excited of this is I said this last night to Rob, and here's where I'll insert it as this topic. I said it last night to Rob. Doing these weird combinations and mishmash is what you need to do now anyway going to the Rumble. Because any feuds really aren't going to mature until after the Rumble. They might sow the seeds. You and me might have some backstage heat going on in promos, and then in the Rumble, you or I eliminates the other, and that ignites the feud further on. So they're sowing seeds, but they can put together these off matches. And instead of doing them one-on-one, they do this tag match like they did tonight, or the 6-man tag they did last night as the curtain jerk. You had the opening match, 3 face, 3 heels, top guys on each side. And, of course, you have to bookend with Dean and Seth by doing that. But you're putting out these other matches. You're transitioning feuds away from one party to another. You're inserting, is Seth fighting with Dean? Is he fighting with Bobby? Over on this show, same thing. You have, with this tag match, the possibilities are endless. And I don't know if they're just doing this because it's the road to Rumble and that's what they do every year, or if they're truly using this as a pop test for the future.
I think it could a little bit of both. I mean, they're going to be pushing more guys just right around Rumble just to kind of, give as many people as much credibility, I guess, as they can.
Well, they got at least 60 wrestlers on the roster, and only 30 are going to be featured in that.
Yeah, but 60 that can be. I mean, you're not gonna. I don't know. You're not gonna want to see say.
I want to see Kurt Hawkins.
You want to see? I want to see Kurt Hawkins. Do you want to see Zack Ryder?
Yes. I want to see the old school where you had the frickin' Jamie Noble come in and somebody like Big Show lifts him above his head and just flings him, and the 2 guys that were eliminated before him have to catch him. I want to see that crazy crap. I don't know.
I don't know either.
One of the worst eliminations ever was Funaki. I think it was Funaki.
Funaki, yeah. No, Taka.
Was it Taka Michinoku?
Yeah, that was
okay.
Taka.
But he goes over the top rope, and he didn't get his feet out underneath him to land on the ground, and his face just goes right there, and King wouldn't shut up about it, made the truck show 6 replays
Oh,
of
yeah,
it.
they replayed the shit out of that.
Check in with the board, Brian.
Check in with the board. Let's see.
They keep going ahead with completely different topics.
Well, they're talking about. There's a lot of.
They're talking about the
AEW,
Dirt Mud Report.
Yeah, I mean,
Do we have another ingredient?
I mean, there's a lot of women stuff that you already said that you don't really want to talk about, but we can talk about it.
Give me the bullet points and let's move on.
Let's
give our audience. I know that there's a triple threat to do the Asuka thing.
Yes, and that's actually they closed out the show. And I gotta say it was a really good match. Carmella, she's really holding her own. I gotta say. I mean, she's not nearly the wrestler that Charlotte and Becky are. However, she definitely it was a triple threat between Charlotte, Becky, and Carmella.
Do you think that there's any chance in hell? I said this to Rob last night that Carmella could win the Rumble.
Carmella win the Rumble?
When we were running down the card, obviously.
I don't think
So.
so.
She was announced in it, and she's been plugging herself on Twitter. And I just thought to myself, they've had 1 Money in the Bank and 2 Rumbles. How crazy would it be if they gave that to her?
That'd be pretty cool.
And she's already beat Asuka and Charlotte. I think another thing that
that'd
only
be quite
she
the resume.
has.
However, they had a main event match, and we had Becky Lynch as the new #1 contender.
Don't like it.
Why not?
I want.
You don't like the man?
I want the man to win the Rumble.
Why?
I want her to use that to jump ship to Raw and give Ronda her first loss. That's why I don't like it. This is stupid.
Wait, who do you want? Who do you want to have her? You want Becky to give Ronda her first loss?
Mm-hmm. By using the
sense.
Rumble win.
That makes sense.
And cashing it in at Mania.
Or Charlotte. What about Charlotte?
No, Charlotte should be potentially facing Asuka here, or they should have let Mella win. Is what I'm saying.
Well, I'm just saying just because she got involved, but I mean even though she helped her. Yeah. Anyway, Becky
I don't want
the most
Charlotte
sense.
to give Ronda her first loss. Charlotte gets everything. Charlotte gave Asuka her first loss at Mania after Asuka won the Rumble. I don't know. I think that this is a stall tactic because I think Asuka and Charlotte Part 3 is going to happen at Mania. And I think Becky and Ronda Part 3 is going to happen at Mania. Or Part 1 is going to happen at Mania. And for all that to happen, Becky had to win the Rumble. So what's going to happen? She's going to lose to Asuka early? Or Asuka's title run's going to end just like that?
I don't think
First
so.
defense? So this is stupid then. You booked yourself in a no-win situation.
Don't yell at me, brother.
You kill one of their momentums. This is why I don't want to talk about the women. Everybody thinks it's because I'm sexist. It's because stupid booking decisions like this. We're talking about a great episode of SmackDown, and then we get to this part. This makes no sense. And it was your main event. I get why it was the main event. I just don't know why it was booked that way. When you do it, okay, you did the last triple threat, and who got pinned? It wasn't Becky. Becky
Carmella
lost her
got pinned
title.
in this one. She was the one that took the tapped out to the disarmor.
And she could have been pinned by Charlotte, is my point. You can keep Becky in this hunt and chase without her losing, just like you took the title away from her. If she's going to beat Asuka, why did they take the title from her?
I like what Mac Attack said. He said, or she said, I don't know. Do you think Becky loses at Rumble and gets put in the Rumble and wins?
That's a thought. But again, she's not in a triple threat
Right.
at Rumble. So for her to lose, either Asuka has to do something shitty, like get counted out or DQ'd so she doesn't drop the belt, which makes Asuka go heel, which makes no fucking sense. Or Becky has to lose by countout, by submission, or by pin, and then go to the Rumble. Again, none of that makes sense. I could see if it was a triple threat and Asuka pinned the third member of the triple threat, then Becky entered the Rumble, that might make sense. But you've avoided that tonight, too.
Sorry, brother.
So, yeah, none of this adds up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stike says, I think either Charlotte or Ronda is going to screw Becky. Then Becky enters the Rumble and wins it. Ronda makes sense. Charlotte
But she's
does
a
not.
face, right?
Right.
I mean, you can't see her doing it twice.
I don't know. I don't care.
That's not
I
very
don't like this.
face-ish.
Yes. Berto says, what the fuck's going to happen? Becky loses and loses her momentum again with a question mark? Does Asuka lose and make her look weaker that she didn't win the belt by herself and couldn't even defend it? Again, Berto's right there with me. Makes no sense on the booking side of things. It's illogical and it's a no-win situation. And again, if Ronda comes out, she's face, just like you said, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And if Brian knows that, then everybody should know that. And that's why we're going to do this.
Are we going into the dirt sheets already? We're going into the dirt sheets? Let's do it.
Actually, wait. I forgot. We got to get all this shit done.
Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Housekeeping.
Not now.
Housekeeping.
Go away.
Here are your Marked Out Wrestling housekeeping notes. Stay informed through social media by following us on Facebook, facebook.com/markedout1, Instagram @markedoutwrestling, Twitter @SmartMarkShow. Join us live and subscribe on YouTube, Marked Out Wrestling Podcast, or Twitch, Marked Out Wrestling. Listen to us using Apple Podcast, iTunes, or Podbean the following day. Send us your thoughts and opinions, or upload your custom audio segments to us using WeTransfer.com via email, markedoutpodcast@gmail.com. MOWP are members of the Electronic Media Collective and Bubba the Love Sponges, Bubba Radio Army. You can listen to us on demand on either platform. Get connected. Get connected.
Oh my God!
I said no. Okay, I clean. I stick finger in your mouth. Housekeeping?
Okay.
Okay.
Show me the money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Hello, Marked Out Wrestling listener family. This is Rody Rob, the executive producer of the show, and I'm excited to tell you about some great ways to help us continue to bring you great pro wrestling fan perspective in the coming year. Visit markedoutgear.com and browse our new line of apparel and gear. You can grab a shirt or gear with some of our favorite catchphrases from the show or some of our original concepts. And don't forget to use the promo code SmartMarkShow for 10% off of your entire order. Independent wrestlers, we'd love to support your growth by offering you a platform to market yourself. Email us, markedoutgear@gmail.com, if you are interested. We will take a minimal cut while giving you up to 90% of the profits. Also, join one of our monthly tiers on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/markedOutWrestling, and if you choose the Marking Out tier of $20 a month, we will send you an MOWP shirt as a thank you. Finally, visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code MARKEDOUT, that's all caps and one word, to receive 10% off of your entire order of Al Snow's popular pro wrestling brand apparel.
Show me the money! Show me the money! You my motherfucker!
And thank you for your support.
All right, Brian. Dirt sheet.
That was lovely.
Let me get that music going.
All right. So, I mean, the biggest one, and I don't know how much or how little you've been reading on the dirt sheets, Adam. But
this one I've been reading. If this is what if you're leading with the big one,
we're doing the big one.
Okay, then I know right where you are.
All right. So, All Elite Wrestling.
All Elite. What's that?
Well, that's
I'm
the
just
new.
kidding.
Yeah, that's the new wrestling promotion, obviously backed by the Khan family, who own the Jacksonville Jaguars. What was it? Fulham, the soccer team.
I even know that Brandy Rhodes is the one kind of leading the office charge of all this.
She is. Cody and the Bucks are I want to say,
faces of the company.
I want to say, but their official title, vice president. I believe.
Right. Well, they're gonna
co-vice president.
This is kind of Cody's doing what his dad did for WCW back in the day.
A little bit more than that. I mean, he's got a lot more pull than Dusty did as a booker.
But when you talk about, yeah, I mean, he has more pull because he's part owner. But his role outside of the owner's stake, outside of the vice president part, is basically there. Him and the Bucks are there to do what Dusty did back in the day, which was really a creative control of everything. The only person who's ever quite held that kind of power was Vince. And Vince held it because he's the owners. Well, guess what? Like you said, these guys are. Well, who did they get?
So they announced that they're going to be having their event Double or Nothing. It's going to be held in Las Vegas. And some of the guys that they announced that are going to be part of the roster, some of them are a little bit more
I thought it was in
obvious.
Jacksonville. Double or Nothing, I thought January.
No, they're announcing that it's going to be held in Las Vegas.
Oh. Yeah. I just read that. I got all excited. I was going to talk to you off air about going to Jacksonville.
Well, the rally that they held was in Jacksonville.
Today.
Correct.
Oh,
Correct.
That's what I got confused on.
Correct.
Damn it. I should read things more closely.
Some of the names, though, that they announced that are going to be part of the roster are SCU, SoCal Uncensored. So it's going to be Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. So the three of them.
I'm not too familiar with Scorpio Sky, but Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, they're like the Scottie Pippen of like wrestling. Like they don't. They're very underrated. Yeah. They don't get a lot of credit they deserve, but they're to me they're top tier guys.
Scottie Pippen, Clyde Drexler.
No, Clyde was
maybe like Charles Barkley. If we're gonna stay in that era.
No, you're now naming the stars of the team. Scotty was never the star because of
Michael.
Michael.
All right, so what about like a Detlef Schrempf?
There you go. Okay,
but all right,
he's too small. He's too unknown. At least Scotty was a dream teamer.
Rick Smits.
This is a wrestling podcast.
It's
right?
okay.
Okay.
Some of the other names, they did not sign Rick Smits, but they did sign Britt Baker, who that's Adam Cole's
baby,
exactly. MJF.
Well. Yeah. Don't forget, what was it? It was Britt, Chelsea, Marty, Zach, Adam, and who's the sixth girl? Deanna?
Yeah, Deanna.
Deanna, excuse me. Okay. So, yeah, those six were all over the place on Twitter and every other social media site as a group on New Year's. and it was very weird looking at the different companies represented.
Right, they're all pretty big, up and coming names.
Yeah.
And
two are on NXT. One is on technically main roster.
And I'm not shitting on. We're not shitting on it. I'm not shitting on Zack Ryder. I mean,
I love
he's
Zack
been there
Ryder.
forever, and God bless him if he can do it for that long.
I wish they would get rid of the U.S. title and make that internet championship that he was talking about. And I thought it would be cool, or just make an internet championship and it's only defended on the network.
There you go. However, actually, Zack Ryder was not a part of the All Elite Wrestling lineup. So that's Rick Smits and Zack Ryder. They're not signed to
Rick
AEW.
Smits.
Yeah. But they did sign MJF.
What are you dropping? Pacers, Detlef Schrempf, Rick Smits.
Joey Janela and Penelope Ford, who Joey Janela is actually, he's hung up right now with, I want to say it's a knee injury. So he's not even active right now. So it's cool to see that they're signing him.
How many does the AEW have currently?
Let's see. So 3.
What's the total number other than, I know you like to name drop, Brian.
9, not including. Let's see, 3 in SCU. They also signed SEMA. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He wrestles over in it's SEMA and the Goodhearts.
SEMA and the Goodhearts?
Not John SEMA.
Not John SEMA?
No, it's just SEMA.
SEMA.
Yeah. They signed Hangman Adam Page.
I like Adam Page.
One of
heard of him.
one of my.
Remember, you got mad at me because I heard it.
One of my favorites. They signed Pac.
You know who Pac is.
Not X-Pac.
I know who Pac is.
Yeah, I know you know who he is.
Why don't you say it? Since this is WWE, why don't you explain that it's Neville?
This is not.
This
okay.
is we are a SmackDown. Check the tape. You said it at the beginning of the show.
Finish.
We are a SmackDown reaction show.
We are, but this is the dirt
so
sheet
a
part.
WWE audience is a big part of our audience.
This
and
is
they
like,
know Pac as Neville.
The dirt sheets is like our portal outside of
is
your
that wrong
WWE
to explain?
bubble.
Because they might think when you say Pac, they might think X-Pac.
Well, that's why I said
I had to
not
explain.
X-Pac.
I had to explain in the DMs today to Hitman why Anaconda Vice was claiming he was the marked out champ. Number one, Hitman thought he was talking to Andrew Goodnight. That was number one fuck up. And number two, Anaconda Vice technically is the marked out champ. Nobody else can claim it because he won our fantasy football league this year.
Berto said Brian is not an accountant for a reason. You are fucking correct, sir.
Yeah, you're check that tape. Anyway,
wait, no, what are you talking about? Vice is our champion.
That's what I. Were you not listening at all? That's what I just said.
I was not at all. All right, let's round out their roster right now. So they also signed fucking Chris Jericho.
Yeah, get to the
Y2J.
point.
He's there. He is all in on All Elite Wrestling, so he's signed
That's
to them.
a big name. Do
He's
they have a
not gonna
TV deal?
Currently, they don't. However,
because that's the. I know that one of these companies gets serious when they get the.
Brother, they're talking to
The TV
TNT and TNN. No, I'm sorry, not TNN. TNT and
TNN
TBS.
is long gone.
TBS.
But TNN is what now is Spike. Don't forget.
Right. The Nashville Network.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's Rhodey. He's wearing lavender.
Don't talk to him. Finish your thoughts.
Why? He can sit down.
How many people are on their damn roster?
Oh, God, I got to count again? All right.
Oh, Anaconda Vice wants to point out, Brian, you know that Neville now goes by Pac, right?
Oh, I know. I'm very aware. Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure you were aware.
Yeah. And do you know who one of the producers is that they announced?
I hope it's not Russo.
No, it is Billy Gunn.
It's Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn is now.
That's almost as good.
That's cool. Yo, he's going to be great. I mean, he had his time in NXT as a trainer.
Yeah, Voodoo
as a
Kin
coach.
Mafia.
Voodoo Kin Mafia. Holy shit. So he can do all the roids that he wants, willy-nilly. Good for
Yeah,
him.
when you're a trainer, do them all. Rob's stomach is in another zip code, Berto says. Rob must have walked in front of the camera and he got the profile there.
He said he just ate some weenies. What did you eat?
I'm down 11 pounds. Fuck y'all.
Yeah,
I am not.
Yeah. We'll do a weigh-in and draw numbers and stuff next week.
Ugh.
Y2J and Brick Baker are getting paid the same, Mac Attack says. That's great.
Well, they announced that all the male and female wrestlers are going to be paid equal.
Hey, that's something that WWE only pretends to do by paying them when they're off of a Saudi gig, when they get to come back home and be underpaid again. You guys all shit all over me when I pointed that out. Adam hates women. That's why he didn't think they should get paid. No, they're making a big deal out of something, and then they come back here and get underpaid. That's what I'm making a big deal out of.
And now I know your butt hurt
It's like
because
John Cena spin.
Now Kenny Omega, he's one of the big ones.
That hurts me.
He hasn't said that he's not a part of it
Rob
yet.
last night told me
What
that
did
he was
Rob tell you?
potentially coming.
Elaborate.
To
That
WWE.
sounds very weird. Okay, finish. Thank
Rob said that
That's even weirder.
that there was dirt sheets. You know, some people on the board were talking about rumors of a $25 million contract, 5 years, $5 million a year. Maybe it was, you know, backloaded or front loaded. Who knows? But that was one of the numbers thrown out. I don't know. Berto says down 11 pounds because he spent 11 pounds of his money to buy more food. Berto hating on Rob. I love it. I don't know why Time Warner would want wrestling on their network now when they sold WCW
Because
as quick as they could, Stike says. It's a good point.
Yeah, but that was a totally different time, and WCW at that point was, a fucking garbage product.
Okay, but again...
Yeah, they had lineage, but so what? At that point, they were so far gone from saving.
And also they had... Everything was in the toilet. Ratings and stuff were in the toilet. The audience that watches network television wrestling is dwindled thanks to WWE recently. I think it would be tough to bring them back, but then again, I don't know what the buy rates were of when they were streaming online. I don't see them going to those networks, Brian. I would sooner see.
Where do they go?
I think that in the long run, you can quote me. This is long run. If they make a dent and WWE is moving to Fox and away from USA, I think they end up on USA Network. Right in WWE's old time slots.
Yeah, but what about Raw?
No, I'm saying if
they're not going to have two wrestling shows from different companies.
No, I think that Fox is going to get Raw in the end and take Fox Sports will get SmackDown, like FS1. Or FXX. They got like 6 networks. And who owns them? Disney owns them. Disney doesn't like to have anything that they do be in somebody else's hands.
Plus, they're not going to have anything that's going to be like ultra.
And NBC is
ultra violent, and not that they're going to be ultra violent, but I think they're not going to be this bullshit PG stuff. They're going to push the envelope a little bit.
Well, right now Fox Television is separate from Disney, but Fox Motion Pictures went right in there. It's going to be a fun discussion, but the TV deal is when they're going to move the needle, when they get it to mass market exposure. Because here's the other thing. The reason that Fox will be a big deal for WWE is you don't need cable to watch them. That hasn't happened since the UPN days. Just saying. UPN. What else you got? Or are you still on this topic?
Well, some of the names that personally, I just think that Kenny Omega is going to end up in AEW. I mean, it's he already announced that he's going to be taking time away from New Japan. He announced that at Wrestle Kingdom. So I know WWE made a pitch.
One of the things I read was also that he was possibly going to be an ambassador of a working relationship between NJPW and AEW.
I could see that. I could totally see that.
You know, where you know they would do a talent exchange. Kenny would go over and do some shows there. They would take, I don't know, I'm just throwing a name out there, like Kota Ibushi to come do AEW.
Well, Ibushi is one of the interesting ones that he hasn't actually signed
Trollberg's
anywhere.
here.
Hey, what's up, Trollberg? # bring back Kevin. Unfortunately, Kevin is on the other coast right now.
So
not unfortunately.
This is funny. Kevin texted us, "Oh, I can't call in. Blah blah blah. I got off work late. Yada yada yada." That's just like when he lived here. It's no different. He was supposed to call in, but Rob disabled the line. Is what really happened.
Did he?
Absolutely.
No, he didn't disable it. He just.
You're a moron.
Oh man.
What do you got? What do you got?
What else? Let's see.
I don't
some
know,
of the
this
names.
is your segment.
Some of the names that aren't going to be signing to New Japan are Kushida. He announced that he's going to be taking time away, and he is actually looking like he's going to be signing with WWE. He announced that he was going to be stepping away and going overseas to the U.S. for not an excursion, but he kind of wanted to test the waters, and it's looking like he's going to be signing with WWE. Another name that they signed, Chase Owens. He's with New Japan. They signed Rocky Romero. He's back with them for a multi-year deal. And Kota Ibushi, that's what I was saying before. He's actually independent. He's not signed to New Japan. He just kind of works on a just event-to-event basis. So he's kind of free to go anywhere. That's why we saw him way back when in the Cruiserweight Classic.
If you can make good money like that, why not?
Right? I mean, he's in the Cruiserweight Classic. He's in New Japan. He's at All In. He wrestles at Ring of Honor. I mean, the guy is everywhere. Wrestles for fucking DDT. Love DDT.
Yeah.
Anyone saying anything interesting on the board?
Not even reading it.
Not even reading it.
I'll be honest. I was honestly just focusing on the images of Mandy Rose in a towel.
Stike said NJPW announced they are not going to work with AEW. They're going to continue to work with Ring of Honor. So that's an interesting twist.
It is. Until one of them gains a foothold, you watch. This is a big move, getting 6 big players, adding a guy like Jericho as a marquee name. He really provides a lot of clout to them.
Oh, absolutely.
Makes him a real player. They got money. They got backing. They got their T-shirt empire that, people are still buying the old ones.
They got that con money, man.
Yeah.
That con money.
What else?
Let's see. That was one of the bigger ones.
That's all you got? Are you serious?
Well, I knew we were going to be talking about that.
Thanks
for
for telling me it was my cue.
And honestly, there's really nothing else. I mean, what else can we talk about that's going to be
Andy Galt.
Anywhere relevant?
Andy Galt on Twitch says Kushida to AEW.
Kushida to AEW? Potentially. I could see that. However, if he's already telling them he's not going to be working with New Japan, I mean, I could see why New Japan doesn't want their guys working for, having that relationship with AEW. I get it. They already have the thing going with Ring of Honor.
It's weird, though.
It's weird, though?
I don't know how to explain it. If Ring of Honor, New Japan didn't exist, AEW would fucking rocket to the top real quick. If New Japan exists, the other two didn't exist. Here, not just overseas. Same thing. If one of those 3 companies were to get the other 2 to come under an umbrella with them to go after WWE, it would be a race.
You know what I was thinking about? What if way back when the Bucks were with TNA, what if TNA was actually at that time a viable company to work for? What if they actually stuck around and then actually were able to become the Bucks? And I just think the whole landscape would have been different.
That time had passed at the time.
Oh, for sure.
They would have had to have been around during the Motor City Machine Guns run.
I think that was around the time when they were doing the Generation Me bullshit.
No, I thought the Generation Me was was when the Briscoes were coming up.
Briscoes?
Yeah.
TNA?
Yeah.
TNA.
Yes.
Adam, you're crazy.
Anyway, are we moving on?
Well, yeah, let's move on.
We're going to give you what you want. Something new, something fresh. In the coming weeks and months, you will be seeing new...
Recorded live from the White Table Studios, it's the Smarky Award.
Ooh.
All right, our Smarkies are going to be the Marked Out Award. The best match. Well, that sucked. LOL and the Pink Slip. Brian, you were looking it up while the theme was playing. What'd you find out?
What did I find out? Briscoes weren't in fucking TNA. You're goddamn smoking crack.
Then who were I swear when Generation Me was fighting somebody like that, they did a triple threat that was just like.
No. Who do you get your crack from?
God damn it.
Anywho, so we're gonna do what did you say? We're not gonna do the Marked Out Award.
No,
we're
it's
gonna do
Marked
the best
Out
match.
Award,
Marked Out
best
Award.
match.
All right.
Well, that sucked. LOL and the Pink Slip Award, which is tonight only.
So my Marked Out Award is gonna have to go to the first ever Canadian Destroyer on SmackDown with Andrade Cien Almas and Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
Low hanging fruit, but
hey, my Marked Out has Almas and Joe just winning. Joe really wasn't even involved in the finish, but it's the first time in a while, at least on TV, that either one of those guys has gotten any love. And because of that, Brian, I'm giving us both the coin. Let's see what we got on the board. Crack is bad. That's what Trollberg says. Of course, he's not paying attention.
Yeah.
Stike says Almas getting a win finally, so he's agreeing with me. Generation Me was the Young Bucks name in TNA's.
Of course.
Yeah, we already figured that out. It's not like me and Nigel McGuinness.
Who they're doing a story on. Did you see that? They're going to have a documentary, so now you'll be able to – I think it'll blow your mind. They're doing
I'll finally
one on the
figure
network.
out.
Yeah, that they're
Okay.
the same person. Yep.
Okay. Man, all these other people are talking about and nobody's giving awards. All right, fuck you, board. They want to talk about everything else.
No, Stike said marked out award was almost getting a win.
That's the only one I read, jackass. I swear everything that's come out of my mouth tonight, you have not heard one word.
Birdo said, if crack is whack and tobacco is wacko, is weed good indeed? I don't know. Who's to say, right?
You have to ask Teddy, who went to bed
Teddy.
already. I like Birdo's other question. Who's a hotter chief brand officer, Stephanie or Brandy?
Oh. That's an interesting question.
Very, very tough. I just want to be in the middle of that.
Yeah. All right, let's move on while
Yes.
I ponder my answer, and Adam does as well. Well, that sucked.
Well,
Adam,
that
do you have
sucked.
anything?
Of course.
Yeah? Okay. What do you got?
I got Becky winning to face Asuka. Out of the combinations of things that could happen for Asuka to get an opponent, that to me was the worst.
Okay. All right. My that sucked was the whole Rusev, Lana, and Nakamura angle.
Come on, he kicked her and they fell.
Yeah, it just and like even the way that they showed it a million times, and you could tell that like nobody really fell on Lana. She just kind of like took a back bump, and then he kind of fell.
It was almost like a Samoan drop the way
pretty
she came
much,
down.
yeah. So I don't know. The whole thing is kind of silly to me.
Well, that sucked on the board. Rusev cutting a promo for Birdo.
Yep, agreed.
Wow. Marked out award late for Justin, the Samoa Joe, and he says he agrees with me on the triple threat on for that sucks. What's the best match, Brian? It's got to be the tag match.
Tag match for sure.
Almost and Joe.
Yeah.
Ray, the
It's weird.
combos.
Joe was actually kind of the one that wasn't really the star of the match.
But he got a win finally.
True.
That's what I said. I mean, he wasn't really involved, but he's off
Right.
the snide.
Right.
He's not going to reach Kurt Hawkins level.
No. Yeah, for me, that best match, easily that one by far. It's crazy to see, people like Andrade, Andrade included, but also Mustafa actually picking up wins on SmackDown. Forget about the fact that they're just even having matches and being involved with AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan.
Mustafa Ali, since debuting, has had a match with AJ. 2 weeks worked with Bryan, and now this. I don't know. He must have like dick pics of Vince or something. I just can't believe a guy that they relegated to 205 Live post CWC is now getting this level of love. I'm not against it, by the way.
No.
Bryan and R-Truth was the best match, Stike says, just to be different.
It was pretty good.
And Berto says Truth and Bryan because we haven't seen it, I don't think. I don't know that we've seen it one-on-one. I'm sure they've worked somewhere together. I think in the Hell No days, Truth had a partner at the time. They might have even fought when Truth was trying to be Booker T and he was with Goldust. I don't know. Vince probably thinks Mustafa is Samoan. That's why he's getting such a push. That's what Berto says. And, of course, Trollberg has to add, it's that Saudi money. His last name's Ali. That's why he's getting a push.
That goddamn Saudi money.
We got 2 awards left, Brian. LOL and the pink slip. Give me your LOL.
All right, so my LOL award has to go to, and I wasn't here to talk about it, the fact that they fucking had EC3 debut already, and it wasn't even on goddamn Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, he was a main event.
Main event. Push the guy, not to the clouds, but you push the guy and you air all these goddamn promos and vignettes for him.
And he was barely on NXT.
He was, but he did shine when he was there, and they did kind of.
I still think his real debut is going to be at the Rumble as an entrant.
You think so?
Yeah. I think that's
But
where we're going to see
why
Lars.
why do it on main event? Why do it?
Because
why waste
nobody watches it. And they knew that they could get away with it because they knew nobody was watching it.
I said Wasway.
And Lacey Evans, she also did as well. Which you guys already probably know since that happened
I'm not a
yesterday.
big
However,
fan of hers.
that was my LOL. I just think it's ridiculous that you have all these vignettes and you just kind of waste that pop for
Rob,
one of those fucking B shows.
Tell me if this is mean. Lacey Evans had no business on the NXT roster because I believe that she is a main roster diva.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think she fits perfectly with the mold they got going on the main roster for the most part. Of course, there's exceptions. Becky,
She's a TV,
Charlotte,
she's
Alexa.
a TV character.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly my point. She belongs on Total Divas. Maybe she'll be on next season.
I mean, even her wrestling persona is a TV character. It's not a It's not an indie character or NXT character necessarily. It's an indie character.
Trollberg is very excited that Midget Big Show made an appearance tonight.
Fucker. Oh, did you read his email? He
I did not. He sent an email?
Yeah.
Oh, let me find that.
Print that up.
Stike on the board, his LOL was Shane and Miz getting a tag team shot. Yeah, that was something that we also didn't talk about. They're actually getting a shot at Royal
beat
Rumble.
up the Miz. I don't like this at all.
Why not?
This is bullshit for the Miz, and I fucking hate Shane getting involved in any storyline, especially with main eventers. Go back to fighting Steve Blackman. That's where you were best. And the Mean Street Posse.
We've been like salivating, begging for Miz to have a main. What the fuck, man?
I didn't know what channel you were on. You were a
don't
little hot.
Just don't fuck anything.
Don't fucking.
Don't
yeah,
fuck
don't
anything.
fuck anything. But to have like a main
What my
event,
wife says.
a main event position, right? We've been begging for Miz to do it. I mean, a storyline with Shane could definitely lead to a main event position, a main storyline. Why not? This could be a good road.
Teased that AJ Shane Part 2 is going to happen in Mania.
Whatever.
And Miz actually suggested that they, as a team, wear white leather. I don't know. That could be cool.
How about pleather?
Yeah. On the board, also return of the Trollberg. He says Rob looks much thinner than the last time I was here.
Thank you. Yeah, I've lost 11 pounds.
He's fucking lying.
Well,
11 pounds, motherfuckers.
He followed that up with saying he was looking rather Bastion Booger.
I was up there. Why do what does that sound effect have to do with anything?
You've got mail.
Oh, I forgot about
made
that
the
one.
fucking sound effect.
I haven't heard it in
jackass.
like 6 months. I mean,
Jesus. All right, so here's the email from Trollberg that Rob alluded to.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? It's your old friend of me, Mr. Me, a.k.a. Trollberg, a.k.a. Midget Big Show. I thought you were Midget Big Show. Just wanted to say a few things. Number one, JD is still trash. Number two, I can't believe you haven't figured out why Mustafa Ali is getting a huge push. Here's a clue. He's ultra-Muslim. His wife wears a burqa, and Saudi's getting 2 shows a year. The only thing keeping WWE stock prices high, duh. 3, Paige and her terrible accent and pandering to the hometown crowd being off TV is the best thing that happened in the shakeup. Disagree. 4, Baron Corbin is great at his role. Duke can carry a mic. His acting is some of the best. And his reaction to getting fired and all the heat and booze was some of the very best work of the year for anyone on the mic in 2018. He goes out. I don't even want to read the rest of that. It's so stupid. Number 5, Roman Reigns was carrying WWE and only marks like you didn't get it. Hey, dude, we had a guy named RJ that got it. Now he's gone. The ratings and Raw product is worse than ever. No, it's now on the upswing because it had to bottom out.
it bottomed out.
Yeah, Roman leaving led to the bottom. I'll agree with that. SmackDown is great. It's number 6, especially with Paige gone. Jesus. Only thing I want more of on SmackDown is almost English and truth. Okay. 7, George Bush Sr. was no better than Trump. You paid the man respect and called him a great president.
No, I did not. Check
after
the tape.
The USA shot down a commercial Iranian plane in Iranian airspace, blah,
Check
blah, blah.
the tape. I did not say he was a good president. I said he was a good man.
And he was a good man.
Yeah.
He was a good father. He was a good husband. He had his issues.
He was a very modest man.
Yeah.
He fucked up a lot, but yeah.
I mean, most of that was Reagan and other people making the plays. Whatever. Number 8, I thought the show where Adam called in with Kevin hosting and Rob playing the Neutral Man was possibly the best show of the year for you guys. I liked Adam representing the Smarks, Kevin the voice of the casual watcher, and Rob playing the arbitrator. I liked how Rob didn't watch the show and Kevin painted a great picture of what happened.
He is good at that.
And what he liked about it while Adam argued why it was trash, even though Adam, per usual, was wrong.
Yeah.
Man, I thought Trollberg liked me. I find Kevin's opinions refreshing on the show. So did we, and he's a cock for moving.
Yeah, motherfucker.
To
number
California.
Yeah, I finally found another good host because Rob couldn't get a second one. Number 9, Rollins and Ambrose are more boring than Reigns ever was. True. Rollins does the same act every match and always injures his knee, then forgets his knee hurts, runs around like a kid hopped up on candy. Don't forget the Michael Cole cue that says, "Oh, he must have hurt his knee again."
Oh yeah,
remember that time he got
had it
stripped of
surgically
this
repaired?
title?
Yeah,
Jesus. So boring. Ambrose is lame. Slow boring is a joke on the mic. Dude is terrible. And number 10, that jobber Noah can eat a dick for ghosting you guys. Happy New Year.
I second.
He says, I still listen even though my mom keeps the computer and I can't troll as much. P.S. I miss when you guys were interactive and had polls. For instance, top tag team, top. Hey, that shit we're not capable of because Steve was the one that did that. We are going to get some more stuff like that going and prizes now that we can give away T-shirts and shit. So stay tuned there. Top 5 talents.
Don't get fucking froggy there.
Yeah, right?
You said it last night, Dick.
Yeah, but you don't be like, we're going to give shirts everywhere.
Right.
We still got to pay for them.
Contests.
Yeah.
I said on contests.
You just said, when are we going to start giving shirts out and shit now?
Not to Trollberg. He's a dick. Top 5 talents on Raw, he says Elias, Jinder, Corbin, Ronda, and Leo. Well,
Corbin?
I agree with the bookends. Elias and Leo. Jinder, Corbin, and Ronda? This is why
he's a troll.
Yeah, this is why you are a troll. And guess what you get?
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
T-shirt offer rescinded. Sorry, bud. Wasn't good enough.
Yeah, fucking Corbin.
Yeah.
Right?
Fuck off.
Come on.
Last award, Pink Slip. I got Naomi. Just not feeling the whole thing, and I'm sorry.
You're not feeling the glow?
Not feeling the glow. I am feeling the towel show. What do you got?
My Pink Slip award?
Yeah, who you axing?
How
What
about Shane?
Shane? Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to see him as a wrestler. Thank you.
There you go. We put him out as a mystery.
I thought it was an axe. That's not an axe.
Isn't the end of the movie Shane when John Wayne, rides off into the sunset to presumably die?
No, I don't know.
No.
I know it's Rick's friend in Walking Dead.
You mean
What's up,
Judas?
Kira?
Wait, you mean Judas' dad?
Sure.
Okay.
Curl.
Yeah, I love how
Curl.
Kira's trying to be so slick, and she's totally not. She's the most awkward thing in and out of the frame. For those of you watching on YouTube, Pink Slip, Rusev Shinsuke feud. Not feeling it from Stike.
Nope.
Trollberg saying, "What's up?" If you ever want to ditch Rob, he's available.
Go ahead.
Pink Slip, Shane from Justin.
She's late
he's agreeing with you.
She's late for everything.
Yeah, and
all right.
inconsistent as fuck.
Well, I have a great speed round that we can do now that Kiara's.
Hey, let's do a
us.
speed round,
Yeah, let's
Brian.
do a
Here,
speed round.
let me get the cue.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like cocaine speed. I didn't know.
Do a line
He's
as
an
fast as you
addicted
can.
elf.
All right, so our speed round. Now that we have kind of like a good idea, a little bit of an idea of who is going to be on the AEW roster. Who from the WWE that is on the active roster right now do you think will be the first wrestler to kind of not
Defection?
jump ship?
Yeah.
Or maybe
Nah.
their contract runs out and then
Nah.
they go there.
Nakamura.
Nakamura, but
That's solid.
over New Japan or because they're
No,
not going to do both.
I think he's going to go to AEW.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think the promise of all the fresh stuff that he can do and the exposure. He never even got to fight Jericho, and now Jericho's there.
True. That's a good point.
I'd love to see a match between the two of them.
I wonder though what's going to happen with Jericho though. I mean, he's not going to be able to wrestle for New Japan now, right?
Oh, he's going to book their version of WrestleMania on a cruise.
I don't know. Kiara, anyone on WWE's roster you think we'll see on AEW TV?
Oh, is it a stretch to say? Who's my guy? Gosh, my mind. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Good radio.
As always, nothing's changed.
Sorry.
Are you humming? Is that you're humming for all the listeners?
I don't want to have dead air.
I'm trying to keep the dead air. Yeah.
You don't have anything?
Convince me. You can pass.
I mean, how big do they have to be?
Who?
The name I'm going to say.
To be impactful, it would probably have to be pretty.
Was the question impactful?
No,
no.
It could be
Okay.
anyone that's on the
It's
roster
not your
right
fucking
now.
speed round,
Yeah.
Adam.
So it could be someone.
This
that's
isn't
on,
even your show.
It could be someone
I
on the
can beat
lower
your
in
ass.
the lower tier card of WWE right now. But
Okay.
that doesn't mean that's how they're going to be.
I mean, the
looked
board-
at in AEW.
Cedric Alexander.
Ooh.
Come on, he's doing well in WWE. Why would he?
Yeah, I don't see that one. That's
Bobby
a bad.
Roode.
That's a bad pick. I got Revival
I was
from
thinking that.
Stike.
Bobby Roode is my pick.
Stike says Revival. Good
Bobby Roode, yeah. Bobby
Trollberg says the Good Brothers. Bobby
Their
Roode's a
contract-
tough one, Kier,
Good
because
Brothers-
he's so much older. He's finally getting paid.
Good Brothers contract is. there's a
The
cat in
fucking
the frame.
cat right in mid frame.
Their contract is coming up when Shinsuke's does. They all signed 3-year deals. I can see them going to New Japan though. Ooh, coming for you.
Ty Dillinger, Stike says, could also go.
Yeah.
Berto says Vince McMahon will jump ship. He doesn't want to be on a sinking ship anymore, and he needs a fresh start. So he's going to go over to AEW.
Wow. Hunter.
I like it.
Hunter?
Oh, yeah. Hunter says, fuck you, Steph, I'm out.
Yeah.
Sells his 18% or whatever the fuck he's got.
And I can think of a lot of names that I think if the main roster doesn't do him right, like Alistair, he'll be gone.
Zack Ryder.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the Ty Dillingers, maybe the Zack Ryders, maybe the I think that to make the impact, though, like I said, if somebody like Knock went, that's a big name.
That's big. That's totally big.
And he's not getting any love over here. It'd be tough, Kiera, with the Bobby Roods or, somebody that's pushing the 40s.
What about Joe?
He's in this, to me, the same boat as like
So
Bobby
you're saying
Roode.
they're wanting to keep a young roster?
No. I'm saying that these guys are finally getting a paycheck, and the only reason I think they came here was to get the paycheck.
Yeah.
So
AEW,
you're thinking younger
that's fair
then?
enough.
Yeah, I'm thinking it has to be a little younger or somebody that's got a lot of legs left. And Knock to me is the top of that list when I think of a guy who could go over there as Impact, is a name,
but
can go with all those guys
I don't
and would have dream matches.
I don't think Knock is as impactful as you think he is, because
false.
No.
Yeah, I have to disagree with that.
Really, I mean, AEW, what they need to do is to build a commercial United States audience. That's what they need. Not the marks, not us, who know all these people. They need to build the fruity pebbles.
Yeah, but Hogan's opponent was made by fighting Hogan. Knock can go there and fight the Bucks. Fight. Maybe it's a tag match. Maybe it's not.
But he's not. So it's
Jericho,
not. He's not immediately impactful. He's only impactful after somebody recognizable tangles with him.
So you want like Scott Steiner on?
Well. So
no, I'm
what,
just saying
what
that
he's saying, and I'll clarify. Is he's saying he's talking about impactful being immediate. I'm talking as a whole. Not going there in the long run will be a very impactful move for him and them. Maybe not. You're right. I agree with what you're saying. You're right. On the beginning, not that much of an impact. To the Mark crowd, yes. To the regular audience in America, I agree with you wholeheartedly. But in the long run, should that happen, his impact will be huge in the end.
Well, you got the 35% is going to call him a Chinaman. So, it's I'm just being honest. I mean, we got to know our fan base, right? There is
if
that
I had
big,
said that, you would have called me racist.
No, absolutely not. Can you be racist to rednecks? I don't know what to. I'm just saying.
Can you be racist to someone too ignorant to get it? Is that what you're trying to say?
Right. I'm saying we know our wrestling fan base. There's
ask BJ Lawton.
There's fans like us, the real into it wrestling smart marks, and then there's that big bait him with the billy goat kind of fucking fan.
Hugger. I'm a hugger.
A hugger. Yeah.
What?
You talking about Bailey?
All this in my head is making way more sense. I'm sure.
Yeah. Somebody jump in Rob's head and translate.
I'm just saying. I don't think Knock would be a huge. It's a big pickup for indie wrestling fans, but not a big pickup for general wrestling fans.
Speed round part 2 here.
Knock is indie.
Real
he was
quick.
indie for so long.
I know that.
Rob and I have already given our answers.
Yeah.
We'll see. Rob and I, we can weigh in if we've changed.
Right.
Ryan, give me your Rumble winner picks, male and female.
Kiera, I don't know.
Seth.
That's what Rob and I picked the first go round.
Good radio.
I'm thinking.
Rob, are you changing from your Seth and Becky pick?
Nope, Seth and Becky.
I'm staying. Even though Becky's not in the Rumble, I'm staying with Seth and Becky.
What's the question?
Who's your Rumble?
What about Charlotte?
It doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
Charlotte will be in the Rumble.
Charlotte.
I assume.
Charlotte.
Okay. So you're saying Seth and Charlotte. We're saying Seth and Becky. And Becky, of course, not being in the Rumble, but we're still picking that.
Who are my picks for the Rumble?
You really haven't figured it out. I've asked it twice, and I just said it 10 times, and now we're going to do
it? Can I say it?
Yeah.
Please, it's fucking radio. I would hope you say anything. Can we talk about this? Who asks fucking questions here? Raise your hand,
You better calm
Kiera.
down over there,
I got a call
Adam.
on you.
Number one, Montez Ford.
You didn't
and
phrase
number
it as a
two,
question.
I'm answering a damn question. Montez Ford and
For the Rumble winner.
we're picking winner. I thought you were talking about like who would make like an appearance or whatever.
No,
or something
we
like
clearly.
No, this is not. This is not a spoiler, people. By the way, this is not a spoiler. This is just
Don't
like
worry, Rob. I wrote down the time marker so we can cut this.
Okay, please. Yeah.
I'm fucking out of here. I'm getting out of here.
All right.
No.
Thank you.
Who's your Rumble winner?
All you
I
gotta
thought
do
you
is
were talking
answer.
about like who
Okay,
would
well,
like, be in the Rumble.
we weren't. Who wins?
Oh.
Make a good lucha.
Wait, are you guys picked females?
But yeah, we did both,
Oh my
honey.
God.
Yeah.
They picked Becky. I picked Charlotte.
Please. I would say Sasha Banks. And you said 2 and 2.
We picked one.
Sasha Banks. And then for the males, I didn't know. I thought it was like your first choice to
You
your
know,
second
you
choice.
know Sasha Banks is fighting Ronda Rousey that night, right?
Runner-up, a runner-up.
Who picks 2 and
Maybe
2?
a runner-up if I don't get my first choice right. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I got you.
Fuck all y'all. Kiss my grits.
Did you even bother to pick one?
Did you pick yet? The winners?
I said Sasha Banks for the women's.
She's not in it.
She's not in it. Go on. She's actually fighting Ronda for the
so
title.
But then who's your backup?
By the way, Brian, I don't know if you know this. Sasha Banks is fighting Ronda Rousey at Rumble for the title.
Oh,
She
great.
was #1 contender last night.
This is horrible, man.
Come on, what you got? What woman? Just name a name.
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Okay.
no idea what's going
And the guys, name a name.
All this for her to steal Brian's answer.
Wait, what?
No,
She said Finn.
Don't look at me like it's the right answer. I'm not going to tell you what's right.
You know who she wants to
know.
pick?
That makes no sense. She was never.
Well, she picked already
All
someone
right,
who's
you
not
know
in
what?
it.
It's
Finn.
either going to be Finn or Seth. You going with Finn?
yeah.
Okay, those are two.
In
all
Kiera's mind, Coco Beware is greater than Montez Ford.
I don't.
the
I don't.
That's what Berto says on the board.
I don't even get that that joke.
Stike is picking Cassius Ono.
No.
He says that's his dark horse.
No, not the Royale with cheese. The Royal Rumble. He's gonna eat
No, I
hamburgers.
think.
Oh, no,
saying,
he's talking about Cassius to AEW.
Yeah, he's not
my
saying
bad.
Rumble.
Oh, Cassius won't be a big surprise. Nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, Cassius, oh no."
They would go, oh, no.
Oh no, actually they wouldn't. They would say Chris Hero.
Yeah.
They would call him Chris Hero.
Yeah.
Oh, would
like
they?
you
Would
like
they, Brian?
people eat heroes because every
Desmond
time I think
Wolfe?
of him, I think of eating.
Desmond Wolfe.
'Cause that boy, he is expanding.
Yeah.
He's like the universe.
No, just me, Berto. Final thoughts. Kiera, do you have any before we go off air? I just feel like you're making this fun.
My
Here at the
birthday
end of the show.
My birthday is this Friday, so if you want to come help me celebrate.
What are you doing?
I'm located in North Carolina, Charlotte, North
Don't be
Carolina.
inviting random internet people to your birthday
We
party.
all know them. They're family.
Yeah, why don't you just give out our
You're gonna
address?
get some fucking derelicts showing up.
Hey, here's my social if you need
yeah.
the code.
That's
to
all I'm
my-
saying.
Kiera's going to
That's
post
it.
her social on Twitter after this. We go off air if
I
anyone
was
wants
stopping
it.
right there. Just general location. They already know where we're located out of. So
We can give you the
That's it.
CPI garage security code. We can tell you what room is hers.
She's an organ donor.
Hey, you can have one of my kids.
Yeah,
Fuck it. Just
yeah.
yeah.
As long as you send them to college, you can take them.
Whatever.
We're good.
You can have the little one.
Little Rob. What do you got, Rob? What's your final thought?
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to give one.
I mean, I went to Kiera.
Hey, if you didn't know, last night after Rawsome, we did our
you didn't
our
know.
debut of the dark match. So go back and watch the last 10 minutes of Rawsome. We talked about the movie Bumblebee and how much it god awful sucked.
Also, by the way, guys, you can submit your suggestions to us for the dark match at markedoutpodcast@gmail or at SmartMarkShow on Twitter. # dark match.
Don't go into detail. We just want some organic, just a simple question.
Yeah, just a bullet statement like
Just to start the conversation. It might start with the topic and end with something else. I don't know.
Oh, we were talking about Army of Darkness at one point last night.
Yeah.
Instead of
Klaatu
Bumblebee.
Ferrata necktie.
Yeah. No, it's I
didn't necktie one time.
No, I know, but the
Okay, then.
There, I said it.
All right.
Everything should be good.
Just going to put this here.
And walk off. What do you got, Brian? What's your final thought?
Final thought is: are you guys going to Ring of Honor's Honor Reigns Supreme this Sunday?
Are you?
Where?
Did you get
Concord.
tickets? I thought it was,
It's only like $30.
I thought it was sold out.
No.
Huh.
Didn't it sell out in like 5 seconds?
No, that's New Japan.
Oh, Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor
was
is
New
having
Japan.
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
I'm not
Brady
going.
Cole.
No,
No, okay. There we go.
I'm not going.
Do I know anyone there? Answer me honestly. You know better than anyone how many
you
indie
don't
guys
know
are
Honor?
there.
You don't know anybody.
You know Ring of Honor.
I know when Roderick Strong and Austin Aries and World's Greatest Tag Team were there, and that's when I was watching Ring of Honor.
Yeah, you know Ring of Honor.
Who's there now? I couldn't give you a friggin' guess. Charlie Haas? Did he stay behind?
Machismo?
No. Who? Machismo?
MVP?
Yeah, he'll be there. Who? AOP?
MVP.
MVP? No, he won't be there.
Ooh, Black Machismo. Could he go to AEW?
Sure.
He totally could. Well,
Kurt fucking Hawkins.
I like Zack Ryder. He's going. Adam Cole, baby. He'll go too. Everybody's going to get paid by WWE and then go to AEW.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm just making shit up to drop bombs at the end here. Brian, was that your final thought?
Yeah, that's it. That's all. That's
all right, guys. Go to markedoutgear.com. Buy some stuff. What's the promo code, Rob?
It's a Smart Mark show. And by the way, we've been advertising it for 2 weeks, and you motherfuckers haven't gone yet.
Yeah, not one of you has bought anything.
Oh, just visit the fucking page. That's all.
Oh, yeah. Go look at them. There's some cool shirts on there. We didn't let Kiara
Total
design them,
kayfabe,
so
right?
you know that they're cool.
Whatever.
You could have made something. You didn't make nothing.
Why am I in the spotlight right now?
I don't know. We could have a
Why
whole
is this
women's
like
line.
We got a women's workout shirt on there.
Yeah,
we
was
should
made
have
for me.
Kiara's tiara on there.
That
Kiara's
you
tiara.
just made that up
Tiara?
now. No, we're
No, I
not.
like
we're not
tiara.
doing Kiara's tiara. That's
We can't even say it. Oh, that's good stuff. Anyway,
you
Noah's going to AEW, so Berto says.
Noah Hostetler.
He's going to be the gaffer in the back. Or is it the fluffer? I'm sorry.
Fluffer?
Yeah, it'd be the locker room fluffer.
Noah hates us. He came on last night, by the way, Brian, just to get mad at us and
Did
then
he?
leave.
What did he say?
He said that everything was shit on Raw.
Well,
now that we like it, when we were shitting on it, he told us everything was good.
How could you watch this week after week?
I don't
Garbage.
understand it.
I don't get it. I mean, he became an independent wrestler, and he became
He became hateful of us.
You know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
How fans turn into kind of dicks when they start wrestling.
Oh, like Kira did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Can't,
We
just
got
let,
that
can't,
firsthand.
can't let Marks be Marks. Got to be like, you stupid Marks. Fuck you, man.
It's hard to look at it the same way anymore. Brian
Yeah,
probably
but you
still
don't have
feels
to-
that way to this day.
You don't have to disparage. You don't have to disparage other people's fandom over it. Like that was no disrespect to him.
He's very green.
I no disrespect to him. I really liked him a lot. But when we had what's your boy's name? Revolutionary.
Darius Lockhart?
Darius Lockhart. I like Darius a lot. I really do. Great guy, and he's a great wrestler. Great ring IQ. Just all around fucking solid dude. But when we had him on that show that one time, there was that part like that irked me where somebody said worker, and he like jumped all over him about what a worker was, and it was like, okay, we're fans, you don't disparage me because don't disparage me because I see wrestling the way that you used to, you're not better than me because you see it differently. You're different than me. I'm a fan. I see it the way I choose to see it, and without the fans, all you fucking wannabe wrestlers ain't doing shit.
Somewhere in what Rob just said is an 80s song hook.
But I like Darius. Darius is a great guy, and he's gonna go far.
He's wrestling over in the UK again.
Yeah.
Yep.
For
Yeah, I saw that on
Rise,
this.
I believe.
Rise.
Right.
Why did I say it like that? Rise.
Yeah, right after he said rise, you were like,
Well,
no,
he was,
it's
he was
rise.
asking for
And
confirmation.
just to clarify, I don't think he had ill intent when he made the.
Okay, but we're past that now. But anyway.
Oh, damn. Now, the kayfabe, we see who really wears the pants off air. Shut up, babe.
Love
No,
you.
she didn't give you permission to talk, babe.
I don't want hashtag me too on the camera.
Oh, on the
when
camera.
I'm beating her in the kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if she has some black eyes tomorrow, Brian.
Genetic. What?
What?
Oh, that's hilarious. Totally she didn't get it, but that's fucking hilarious.
Why is everybody looking at me?
Because you're the one who would have the black eyes in the room.
Shark eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Baby shark.
Well, your daughter does, too.
Baby shark. Baby shark.
We've let it go off the rails here at the end, so why not? Tune in next time. Same smart time, same smart channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Marked Out Podcast is recorded, edited, distributed, and marketed at U-Record Studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. For more information on optimizing your podcast for increased listenership, check out U-Record on Facebook, Twitter, and email sales@urecordstudios.com or visit the website www.urecordstudios.com.
Yes! 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 Yes!
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful.
For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.